Belize, wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize, voice of opinion and place your calling, baby. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Believe our hopes are to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obeyed. And all the things that will happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize, voice of opinion and place your calling, baby. Get up, make every day count, don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling is the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, trouble your bed. Wake up, Belize, another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize, voice of opinion and place your calling, trouble your bed. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Believe our hopes are to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obeyed. And all the things that will happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize, voice of opinion and place your calling, baby. Wake up, Belize, another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize, voice of opinion and place your calling, baby. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Believe our hopes are to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obeyed. And all the things that will happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize, another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize, voice of opinion and place your calling, baby. Get up, make every day count, don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling is the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, trouble your bed. Wake up, Belize, another day is here. Wake up, Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Belize, everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, Belize, voice of opinion and place your calling, baby. Be yourself, see yourself, this is the show my people. Believe our hopes are to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place. So call in WUB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place. So call in WUB. Be yourself, see yourself. This is a show my people. Believe our hopes up to needless reason. Nobody feel left out is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes. WUB. And all the things that will feel happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place. So call in WUB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play around, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time? Call in, it's the show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in, WUB. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na 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 na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice of opinion and place. So call in WUB.
All right, good morning, believers. Welcome to WUB Morning Vibes. It's Monday, the 11th of August, 2025. Wherever you are, we hope that your morning is getting off to a beautiful start. We are very pleased you've chosen to start your day here with us. Zinc Fence, 3304, Mandela Drive. I'm your host this morning, Mose, Hyde, and we want to welcome everybody where to listen, everybody where to watch, everybody on our apps, everybody online, everybody via our social media streams. And while we're glad that you're on our social media stream, Facebook or YouTube, we need you to do something extra. Follow, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook. Please take the opportunity this morning and subscribe, man. Take that official step, right? Line up and properly endorse us, make the relationship official. So, doesn't cost you a penny, doesn't cost you $1, doesn't cost you a single thing, right? You just got to do it. Be bold and link with us officially by subscribing. Right now, we've got what we call around here the warm-ups. You know how that works. We hope that you have great health. Always, that's ultimately the priority. We hope you got high energy. It's great, essential. We hope you got your vibrations positive. And of course, for our self-interest, we hope your morning spacious, flexible, with all that great stuff, because we want to get you on board. Not just listening, not just watching, on board. You feel me? Great. So right now, we got a bit of the preliminaries coming your way, which means we've got some news that comes from a news team. But before we get down to the news, we've got your weather forecast. And that comes from the National Meteorological Service. We've got Francisco Wellington to tell us what the weather looks like today.
Generally fair weather prevails and will support sunny skies with a few cloudy spells today and cloudy skies at times tonight.
But
showers or thunderstorms will be isolated except for a few more over southern areas tonight. In the outlook, a few showers and isolated thunderstorms will affect most areas Tuesday, increasing Tuesday night. Winds today will blow from the east at 10 to 15 knots and seas will be choppy. High tides will occur at 11:11 this morning and 11:50 tonight. Low tides follow at 5:54 this evening and 5:56 tomorrow morning. Temperatures this afternoon will peak at 82 Fahrenheit up in the Maya Mountains, 89 along the coast and 94 inland. The moon will set at 7:40 this morning and the sun at 6:20 this evening. In the sargassum forecast, satellite and surface observations continue to show large amounts of sargassum over our area. As a result, coastal destinations, especially over the northern half of the country, will continue to be impacted during the next few days. In the tropical weather outlook, An area of low pressure just west of the Cabo Verde Islands and moving west-northwestward has a high chance of becoming a tropical depression during the next 48 hours. That's the latest from the Belize Weather Bureau. Do have a pleasant day.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
Belize's first case of schoolworm was officially reported in December of 2024 in Toledo. Since then, cases have gradually increased and spread to different parts of the country, primarily Cayo, followed by the Belize District and Stanquick. Last month, cases were detected in wild animals in the Cayo District. On Friday, Minister of Agriculture Jose Mai reported that the situation regarding schoolworms in Belize has practically gotten out of control. Currently, there are over 300 reported cases.
It's difficult to control schoolworms in wildlife. It's difficult to control it in our domestic animals. It has become, I think, the cases have become more common. We are finding more cases in Ovinjoak, in Cayo. It is spreading. And it was expected it would spread. We have done a lot using our resources to try to contain it, but we are reaching a point where it will be uncontrollable. So all we need to do is educate the farmer to treat the wounds, educate farmers. So we're doing that. In the meantime, the U.S. is putting up a plant in Mexico, which won't be complete until next year, for another 30 million flies. But there's also a plan, I understand, that to include Belize, Mexico, Belize, and Guatemala. But that is yet still in the pipeline. So it will get a lot worse before it gets better, that I can tell you. In the meantime, our cattle exports are solid. We continue to maintain a good relationship with Mexico. Our animals being exported are very well inspected. They are free of schoolworms. We ensure that that is the case because we have to keep this market open. So we have to do anything necessary to try to contain the cases of schoolworm. And so that's where we are right now.
Fire Friday night just before 8 in the San Pablo area of Umbergiski claimed the life of a man originally from Manchito Cozal, but who had resided on the island for some time. His remains were discovered after the fire was put out. He was lying on the floor of a bodega he occupied. The wooden and zinc structure measured 10 by 20 feet. The deceased has been identified as 55-year-old Dari Denfield Blades. He was a maintenance worker, and reports are that he worked for the owner of the property, Marcy Trejo, who was not on the island at the time of the fire. The bodega was located at the back of the residence. The cause of the fire has not yet been released. At his press conference on Thursday, Minister of Tourism, Honorable Anthony Marlowe, spoke on the state of the country's public transportation system. He said Belize is seriously lacking when it comes to public bus transportation and rental car services. He also added that local airline carriers are unable to meet demand and reiterated his desire to see FBO services offered at the PGIA, that is a fixed base operator or an establishment operating at the airport, to provide services such as fueling, hangering, maintenance, passenger handling, and other support services.
I think that's a lacking part of our industry, the quality of road transportation, even some of the car rentals, no? And I think that's going to be a huge factor in terms of our growth and development as we move forward. Like for example, on a Saturday during the high of the season, the domestic carriers can't move any more people, they can't put on any more flights. The only thing that they can do is invest in bigger planes. Now you have to go through an entire investment in the aerodrome, and that's not going to happen anytime soon. I think we have to seriously look at it. Now we have to talk to the domestic carriers to see what that would mean for them. But I think it is important for us to look at that, and it's high time that we have an FBO at the international airport.
When he elaborated on subpar car rentals, Marla affirmed that car rentals should not be using salvage title vehicles and that salvage title vehicles should not be allowed on our roadways.
A lot of those vehicles aren't roadworthy or shouldn't be on the road. And so we have to, if we want to continue to grow and develop as an industry and as a nation, then we have to do the right things. I don't think any salvage vehicle should be used as auto rental, none. And that's my personal view. Now that's going to take some time for that to be adjusted, because it has been a long-standing practice, but I don't think salvage vehicles should be on the road.
Marla's comment has started significant debate on social media, with some agreeing with him and others expressing disagreement. Some have delved into the definitions of salvage title vehicle and what it means. Many have called for the exorbitant import duties to be greatly reduced to make the purchase of better vehicles more accessible. A resident of Blackman Edit Village, Kayo, is reported to have died due to a hit and run while on his way to work in San Ignacio Saturday morning. Reports are that he was driving his motorcycle on the George Price Highway in the vicinity of Running Doubler when he was hit by a vehicle. He sustained serious injuries and died moments later. He was the eldest son of village councillor Shirley Mai. Last month, Cabinet announced that the National Identification Pilot Project was successful, and as a result, approval was granted for the full-scale rollout of the National ID. It will feature the implementation of a comprehensive onboarding strategy to ensure that all citizens are registered in a timely and effective manner. However, some are skeptical about the move. Prime Minister John Buseno defended the National ID, saying it will be the document used for everything, including Social Security and even opening a bank account. He says the National ID will make it easier to identify someone.
National ID would be the one ID that will be used for everything, including security. This will be given to every citizen in this country. And the whole idea is then to make you easier to identify who you are. Right now, if you want to get some kind of credit, of course, they want you to bring your light bill, they want you to bring your phone bill, you want to bring all kind of bills to ensure that you are who you are and where you live. Now with the National ID, businesses will have access just to identify who you are, not to your personal information, for a small fee. So once we have that, opening up a bank account, how many people complain that it takes them weeks and months to be able to open a bank account? With a National ID, they will immediately be able to identify who the person is. It is something that is necessary in today's age of information, and information have to be interlinked. The services that they provide here at the Financial Services Commission, a lot of it has to do in trying to identify who you are, and it takes a lot of time and effort and money to ensure that compliance. But with a National ID, once you come in, you put your fingerprints, they scan your eye, and your ID won't come up. So it's done. You're very compliant. So I wish that the people that are saying that would sit down and get more informed before they make such a decision.
On September 26, 2012, the then Dean Barrow administration introduced the Sugar Industry and Cogeneration Project Incentives Act. At the time, American Sugar Refining was purchasing majority shares, or 78%, in Belize Sugar Industries with a US $100 million investment. BSI was in dire need of support as its financier, ING Bank, announced it was exiting this part of the world and gave the company a short time to settle US $60 million in debt. Former Prime Minister Dean Barrow said the bill was necessary to rescue the sugar industry, but the Belize Sugarcane Farmers Association barked at the concessions. It said these would give ASR an unfair advantage over the cane farmers. The concessions included business tax exemptions and reductions, which the then PUP opposition said would lead to a loss in government revenue to between $40 and $50 million. The rollover of the concessions has not been formalized, and Minister of Agriculture Jose Mai said if there was to be a move to formalize it, it would have to go to Cabinet and Parliament.
It hasn't gone to Cabinet yet, and if it goes to Cabinet, then it also has to go through the House of Representatives. So these are the things that sometimes bother me. You know, you you want a tax concession, but yet you will seek to collect from government $500,000. So that's a matter that cabinet will decide. And if it goes to cabinet, then it also has to go through the House of Representatives. So these are the things that sometimes bother me. You know, you want a tax concession, but yet you will seek to collect from government $500,000. So that's a matter that cabinet will decide.
Cabinet minister who was asked whether he would give a nod of approval to the extension of the concessions was Tourism Minister Anthony Marlon.
Well, I'd have to look at the documentation and see what we're giving up and how we will continue to the 5,000 farmers that are there.
But do you think that as a multinational, they're entitled to an extension of it?
Well, they've invested significantly, so we'd have to take a serious look at that.
And that is our update here inside the WUB, or news update at least. We are now taking a break. When we come back on the other side, we will be open for the business of conversation. We'll be right back.
Informative, accurate, current information. CREM's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Oh man, one more scroll and my data is done.
said anything about running out. Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data, so you can scroll till your fingers cramp. Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
All right, welcome back. This is WUB. We into the business of waking up. So if you're sleepy and you love sleeping, this might not be your house. We love shaking and just rattling and getting up. When the sun's up, we are ready. All right, so right now we got to get you on board, get you ready, and get you engaged. We're not in the business of preaching. We don't want to talk to ourselves. We love one with a reason. And that's why we have a phone line for you to call in. The telephone number is 280-5848. We've got our first call. Krem, good morning, WUB.
Brother Mose, good morning. Happy Sunday.
Good morning, Mr. Torres. Actually, it's Monday, but if you are living in Sunday, good for you, sir. That's a great...
I say happy Monday.
You said happy Sunday, sir.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a wake up, you know. It's a wake up house. Yeah,
well,
we in the business of staying awake here. Yeah. What's up?
Well, I'm versed at taking advice, you know, so I become more matured.
Tell me what's going on. Tell me what's going on.
I listen constantly, my friend.
Yes,
I
sir.
listen constantly as drivers of two-wheel motor vehicles are blamed, my friend, for driving recklessly. You hear that from I know myself, you see? But were they, ask myself, were they enlightened or teach how not to drive reckless? Were they taught? Were they issued with a motorcycle driver's manual to show how to legally use road space? Again, to me, my good friend, increasing fines to me, no educate on the rules of the road, my friend. No, you hurt your pocket, but to then the money not the hurt pocket, that are like nada. Like when Belinda used to say, money that paper, you see. You know, educate on the rules of the road, and very little changes habit, or what one is accustomed to practice, my friend. If very little change become habit, difficult to change. My friend, it is said that in order for safe and good driving, one needs adequate knowledge, appropriate, desired from the very start, for the first time, towards manipulation and dominance on maneuvering, you see, or learn to operate on skillful driving. Does a high percentage of road users know that the same law, my friend, that applies to the four-wheel driver, applies to the two-wheel motor vehicle driver, and applies to the bicycle rider? Under the rules of the road, they are classed as drivers. Under the rules of the road, they are classed as drivers.
So, Brother Torres, I don't want to melt down into a complete classroom lecture on just all the great knowledge that you have, which you do have. I think we are forced to just try to make that put it into a nutshell. That what has been your consistent message is that if you do not set things in a proper structure, then you can't get upset with the resulting chaos. And that because we have not paid attention to the bottom, we have not paid attention to the structural foundation of the rules of the road and teaching of it, and implementing common sense based strategies and to ensure safety, then we are with a waste of time just to complain and the knee-jerk reaction. That's essentially your position. It has been your position for a long time. And while you might have a debate about what the foundation should look like, I don't think anybody that's thinking logically can have a problem or dispute with what you have been preaching. So I salute you for that.
Thank you very much.
All right. And
thank you very much.
And it's to just, I think what you are absolutely right is that what happens every time is that we have these kind of what you would call random little adjustments. Oh, we have to do this. We have to get on checkpoint for motorbike riders, and there's never a sit down to say, listen, there's a need for a comprehensive resurfacing, restructuring of how we go about setting up the rules of the road. It also involves the way how we are designing our roads. That's also a part of the problem. And what you have preached is for us to just accept that we've not been doing it right. And to just say, listen, yes, you've got crazy drivers, crazy riders, crazy pedestrians. We understand all of that. But you can't start correct that if you not correct the very structure that and the rules. The base has to be corrected.
Thank you.
All right, but Taurus, I accept, and I feel like it is.
Can I be allowed one more? Just 1 minute, please.
Yeah, I just don't want it to become just like a drawn out lecture. I understand and I accept, and I don't want nobody to feel like you have a level of knowledge when it comes to this that reaches the level of expert. So I don't try to disrespect that. Yeah.
Thanks very much.
But I just to say, I don't want forum for we sit down and give a full morning lecture on.
I know. Time is essential.
Yes, sir.
But if you bear with me again, little do pedestrians know.
Yeah.
Little do pedestrians know that they, just the way the wheel traffic carry responsibility not to obstruct them, them also carry the responsibility not to obstruct the wheel traffic. A lot of this happening. People walk across the street without, and you tap your hand, you get cussing out. People open the door suddenly, and you have to brake. And you are telling, "Hey man, who the F you?" It simply tells that the definition of such actions is that we are in this order, my friend. It started somewhere. You know what? What is that? So, somewhere we began to administrate based on. We began to administrate based on how we feel. Discretion, poor beliefs. Thanks very much, my friend.
All right. That's the great Mr. Ernesto Torres. And when it comes to traffic, very few can drop more knowledge, right? So respect always. The telephone number is 2805848. This is how we reason with one another. We hope that you take full opportunity for jump in. WUB Wake Up Believes Morning Vibes. I'm Mose Hyde hosting today. Waiting for you to jump in. We have a call. Krem, good morning, WUB.
Morning, my brother.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
Boy, I'm back. Was off last week. Give thanks, Sister Yaya, for holding the fort. It's good to be in the saddle. Yeah, what's going on?
There's a lot going on.
Tell me.
The shooting starting.
Tell me.
All right. Like I say, I got a lot of things on me this year. Let me pick the first one will be the money. Everybody's complaining about money. That the same money, to me, because I got the same value, but different material, different look, different approach. Nothing wrong with that. But what we find out about the money is that the difference from the difference with the new money to the old money is that the old money, you could wash in your clothes, you take it out, you iron it, and you could spend it. The new money, you can't do that. I'm talking from experience. All right? You there with me?
I'm hearing you, sir.
All right. Let me get that out of the way.
Well, you know we're back again once again with Mark.
Hold up. Not jump off of that yet.
Well, you know this. You know, but I have a lot of things to say on the table, man.
But sir, that's not my what am I now? I supposed to the same problem I to so I'm have with you like if
no, let me for time, remember I always have me for time, so
yes, so it means sir that you can't eat the cow in a one bite. If that way into the you have to eat it piece by piece. Okay?
Let me hear your views, buddy.
Yeah, so what happened is that I don't know about that, and I feel like that is a legitimate concern if the new currency notes are not able to survive one wash.
Yeah, because we know I need the water
because a part of the physical requirement of a monetary note is that it's supposed to be tough enough. Now, one is not supposed to be like it get wet and then the ink run. Like these are fundamental things about the note. It has to have one level of resilience, right? So that would be a concern. But let me say this. I really wanted to jump into this. So I'm glad you raised this point, right? I'm caught off guard last week. I was not on, but I got and checked social media and realized, oh my goodness, everybody is having something to say about the money. And let me take out the ones where got one problem with the fact that for them queen not upon the money. You know the waste money.
Yeah, that is boy.
Hold up.
Hold up. You know why they go to queen?
Hold up. That's it there. They even deserve a response from me. So,
why?
No, I don't even like. No, I don't have nothing to say to that. Like I know find it for be in a 2025 one worthwhile debate for the talk to somebody. I will have one problem with the fact that for them queen not upon the money. Like I really that I don't got the time for that.
But they feel our way, Mose. You can't make it. They don't want to go to queen. Sorry. I find that to be. Listen to me. I find that viewpoint to be bizarre. I don't got time for it. Story done. You could have time for it. I don't. No. Yeah, the boy was very emotional about it.
Well, too bad. I can't help that. Like
I welcome the new money, you know.
Listen to me, man. You don't make I done, brother. You don't make I done.
Go ahead.
That's it. There where they have withdrawal symptoms over the queen. I don't know. I don't understand. You know, and because I don't understand that, I don't even want to get into that. Story don't pan that. For those who worry about the value of the money, for those who have comments about the aesthetics of the money and all of that, listen, the money, that's for we money. And if we don't like the color, we gonna write to say we don't like the color. If we don't like that one space there on the end and we don't understand what that space there for, that for we money, we gonna write to say we don't like that. I had a guy, young brother, gonna ride with me this morning down, and the first thing he wanted to talk about the morning, which is school, and he asked me some very, I think, very, very intelligent questions. And he said, does the Prime Minister of the country have the control over the printing of the money, how much I print, and so on? And I tell him, respect to the question, I rate it and appreciate it. And one of the points I make to her is this, and I tell her this is what I want to say when I come on the show, is that I love the fact that something there about the country will make a lot of people have something to say. Because they want exercise in a ownership. And that's something where get stifled. So even though they're not the thing where I would have want to be so invested in,
I just love and rate the fact that they invested in a something where we represent and reflect one ownership energy. Because when you complain about the money, because you know, like the color, you know, like whatever, you demonstrate that you feel a sense of a right and one sense of you entitlement to have that opinion about your money, and I respect it and love it. But what I tell the brother is this: it is the equivalent of the worry about somebody nail polish color, but not the worry about whether they got blood pressure or whether they sugar levels. So the nail polish color, you could worry about that. I don't like that. That, you know, you're gonna write, you just say what you say. But I want to have that same mentality about the deeper things. So that's why I appreciated what the brother asked. Because our concern about just the physical appearance of the money should be a great invitation for me to get into the deeper understanding of the money. So not stop here. Not stop just worry about the color, how you feel, how you touch, you know, like, oh, you know, like that it look like Mexican money. Remember, no, Mexican money is real money. And if we love Chetamal and we love Quintana Roo, babe. So we got high regard for Mexican money. So we could not talk about Mexican. We not be so disparaging about Mexican money, because you catch any way cross the border, we got deep appreciation for got some peso in our hand. That real money too.
The energy where I get on the money.
But I need to finish up this break.
All right.
It's a great opportunity for me. We actually have we're understanding away some of the essential aspects of your money value. Because I explained to you better, there's two things I worry about the money. How I could get some more, and two, when I carry it that store, make sure them Balia they accept it for where they pan it. That's it. Story done. But
so you want to know how you get some more?
That with money, that once the money legit, that we have to
wait.
How we know
you get some more?
How we could get some more? Because we not got enough. Because we never have enough. We never have enough. We
have the energy where I get the money.
We got bills to pay. But listen to me. They value our money. I love that we worry about the value of the money. We might not understand the value of the money, but we know to make that be like, oh my goodness, how we not understand. No, make we understand, and make we understand where we're supposed to be very concerned about when it comes to money. Yes, if you don't like how you look, and you don't citizen of Belize, you got a right for skin apartheid. Cut your money.
So what concern you about the money?
But we're important for know about your money. But important for understand about the money where you got in your hand. Fundamental is that money is based on one thing called the foreign reserves. Your value of your money and how much money we could print. Because again, our next question where the brother asked me, which I thought, great question, he said, how do you decide how much money to print? Like how? I said, no. I said, central bank can't just decide, oh, you know what? The country needs some more fuel, so we could just print some more money. We need to buy something, we need to print some more money. You have people who argue that we should just print, but that can get you in trouble. You can't just print. So the value of your money, as it's presently set up, because we don't have what you call one free flowing currency value. So Mexico and Jamaica, for them money no peg. We money peg. We money peg to the US dollar. But that are not just, oh, you could just jump up and say your money peg and it stay peg. No. The value for maintain that 2-to-1, where we love so much, because we love boast about it. For defend the fact that your money have one value. And they're not like some country report, they have to go buy with wheelbarrow. Like literally if you go buy one pack bird, that one wheelbarrow amount of money because the value of the money just dropped through the bottom. The value of money is not based on which head you got on it. Man, you could put your pat lick up on the money. But you better make sure you have foreign reserves. And so for everybody will get up over the past week or so to worry about the value of the money, I would say to you, well, we're going to need to ask consistently and make sure you're there on top of how the country foreign reserves stand, how it stand, how much we got. The last number where I have is that we got in our foreign reserves about $1.5 billion. I think that come out sometime last year. I don't know what the current thing is. We could go to central bank and try to find the answer to that. We got about $1.5 billion of US dollars where you have to make sure that your stash in one foreign, I think you don't stash that at home. You have to stash that with anybody. You can watch that and know that you have that. You can't say you got it, you know. You then have to got it and hold it in the hand and say yes. So now you're allowed to print money based on a percentage of that value of that amount of foreign reserve where you got stash. That's how it's set up. So yes, I love that we show that kind of ownership of things. But I want to show the ownership of things in a higher levels. Make sure that you know, since we so care about the value of money, and we should, make sure that we start to listen carefully when we have any conversation going on about foreign reserves, when we have any conversations about foreign exchange, and then we start to understand why the person who makes something or provides a service that earns foreign exchange is so valuable, more valuable, because the game is called how much foreign exchange you as a country could get. Because that is strength, that one of the fundamental strength of the money we are got in your hand. The money, the value of the money in hand isn't determined by the number when they put money. The number have to be backed by something. And backed by good looks, backed by backed by how stylish the money look. It is backed by how much we have stashed in our foreign reserves. It got into deeper levels of equation and formulas, but fundamentally, I love it. I love that we care about the money. But I know why we only care about, like we only care about when nail polish we got on, but we don't worry about how the well-being. Nothing wrong with the nail polish and worry about that. If that will matter to you, that will matter to you, but I want you to matter about deeper things too. I have no problem with the money. As long as I could figure out, man, in this struggle, how we could try to get some more, make some more at the XTV, make some more at the Creme Reader, so we could pay with bills. And make sure that when we carry the BEL, make sure that when we carry that a phone service for internet, make sure that when we carry to try to purchase something, that you got the value it's supposed to have. Then that's my primary concern. I don't like the balls fest where they go on for the money. We need to go on a woman for the money for match up. Then there are things where that my concern. But insofar, I make sure when I watch the money, what are the word they use? The word when they use when they color the.
The feed.
No man, when you watch, you run. You don't want your money to run.
Okay.
When you wash your money, you don't want the money to run. You don't want the ink to run. But you go ahead and respond.
That's one of the things where the street me they say, because then they talk about we the feel love of the money. No, but they say this money want triple down in a for each generation, and I don't believe that. That energy I personally give for the money. I don't realize that for we kids they get the sense. They get a real sense and a real knowledge, and about the thing we talk about, they want to experience that. I even need to think about it. I know it won't happen.
But listen,
we all know it won't happen.
Listen,
but we didn't look that far.
Listen.
Some people look that way.
Listen.
Some people know about this way.
Listen, if you don't operate with one level of understanding, and I say, but I love that the young brother asked me where control the Prime Minister have over the money. And I had to be honest to say, the way how a lot of things work is that the theory no work out to real life. So the theory is that You can't have one situation with your central bank where that the people in where or the big movers and shakers, the central bank, are people who are trained, people who are educated in fiscal policy, finance management. There are people where are to be excellent in maths. They understand all the different equations, and they are to be the custodians of our fiscal policy, and that for their expertise, the government for lean pan. So the experts at central bank are the ones who are educated. This is where they in Ghana school for. They are to act in a way and make choices and give and come up with the directives that is only to be, blessed by the government. But remember that the way how I call it one of the big deformities of we system is that we got the appearance of autonomy. But that's not a word meaning that you could do your thing. Nobody want to come and tell you no, this is the way you want to do. No, you are put in a position and you could do your thing. That way autonomy means the central bank could do its thing without somebody who maybe not as trained or as educated to come and tell them what to do. No,
So what that mean? You tell me that long as they don't print personal money.
So what I say is just listen. We live this right now. We're part. If you watch U.S. news, the president of the United States of America, that one bossy fellow. Make I put it in a nice way.
Yeah.
He want to say in everything. So there's a big question about the way he want the Federal Reserve, whether the U.S. equivalent of the central bank, for the way he want, and the person whether the head of the Federal Reserve, the pushback panel. He want the man, I believe, lower interest rates, and the guy they said no, I don't want lower interest rates. And a big thing where they go on the states and then they try fire the guy, and they say, but you can't fire the guy. The president of America doesn't have the authority to fire the person who is the chair of the Federal Reserve. So the point I bring up, I don't know about them people. The point is that when we bring that home, the way it works is that the people who become the big people at central bank, they become the big person. You become the governor. You become the higher ups at central bank through the political directorate. Then get to say who they want to be the boss. And so that's a part of the plan. So even though on paper, central bank forgot one level of autonomy to deal with policy, fiscal policy, and make choices that are based on where they say strong, prudent, conservative, take care of our money, take care of our foreign reserves position. That's not how it works in a real life, because the political directorate in a free system have tremendous power. And so they want balancing out all the time. So when the brother asked me the question, I said, great question. But that are the question. Then are the questions where I want this whole conversation about money. Make we go there. No make we stop just based on the color of the clothes where we got on and how you look and the style and the brand. Then think they're superficial. If we care about the money, and I know we all do, and care about the value of the money, I know we all do, and we don't want to live in our country where we have to go buy with our wheelbarrow our money because the money has lost its value. Then we have to start to do a little bit of the hard work at trying to make. No, we don't become. I can't work the central bank. I don't have to go to school for that. So I already tried it. My lead to say understanding of it. I take economics. My associates the great Belize Technical College, so I understand only one or two. So I try use that to kind of just give a little explanation to make you go understanding. But way more important is for you, everybody out there, where they listen, where they watch, know that they think, yes, they get complicated, but all I want to understand some of the basic important concepts to empower we to continue go on the bossy way how we gone on last week and how we go on today. I love the bossiness. I love the fact that man, next time you design your money, make sure we give it the blessing first. Next time you put people on money, make we be a part of that. Next time you want to choose how big you want to make it, how the texture be, get we involved with that. I love that. That a bossiness. We have to act bossy, but we have to act bossy about small things, but especially the bigger things. We have to get understanding so that we could defend the things that matter to we. Critical. Go ahead, my brother.
I hear what they say, and that is why we get all our feedback there. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, time change. So everything now will happen. It'll be good if they involve the people in it. You understand?
Well, the people, I love the fact that the people in putting it, you know, listen, I might not agree, I might not
They
agree.
beat them bad, man. Come on, people beat them bad. They still don't stop. You understand?
Yes, I.
All right now for this.
Go ahead.
People don't know that September the 7th.
Yes, sir.
Which is a Sunday.
Yes, sir.
Martin Fest is once again back on the street.
Right.
And when I say street, on Mahogany Street.
Yeah.
And when I say Mahogany, I mean one of the most fast developing street with entrepreneurs after entrepreneurs. Without no back and forth, no quarrel, just get out there and bring what you call offer to the community.
I actually saw on social media that there's a new grocery store on Mahogany Street.
I don't get to that yet. I still talk about Mahogany and with entrepreneurs. How proud are they?
All right.
We go down for a Creole bread. Right now as I speak, Mahogany, we go down for a Creole bread to Cotobrut, to Wangla. So proud of the people that come out there every single day. Most we go for our local meat pie. We got our own PSC shop. So big up to Mahogany to all the entrepreneurs out there. And when I mean the word entrepreneurs, I have to big up one of my brethren who open Mahogany supermarket.
Yes, sir.
A black man from the community. One thing I love about Leka, you know, and some people are say are biased, but I don't speak for Leka, because that's what I defend, you know, is that we have a lot of intelligent, brilliant, bright people. We have our differences, but when the time comes we make a decision for who we want to run the community, we come together as one. People attack me because people want to know why Martin says put on Mahogany Street at that location. People, please believe me, that's where it starts from. You understand? But Mahogany Dali area there, that's the only area we got own name. The name that the area of Brick City, after the whole barber shop today. 3 barber shop have been right in that area, the 3 barber shop. Start from Ricky to the China, right to part, it did Lena, and, you know, right across the street. But everybody want to know why, because people want bigger stage, make we keep it the way it is. People want to go later, make we keep it the way it is. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you.
As time go by, it just get better and greater. I'll be dead and gone. And Martin says still I live on. Because it's not about me, it's about the people.
All right.
Mose, I want to big you up. Want to big up the whole team behind. Want to big up your brother all the way. We sit down. Because people want to know why you can't do that every month. That's the one planning, take one whole year to plan.
Well, you get a chance to come on the show and discuss it. So I want to cut you there. Give thanks. Martin's Fest 2025. Big up yourself, Brent.
That's what I tell you.
Yes, man. 7:35. It's Monday morning, 11th of August. And right now we go to Tucson Scam, sponsored by 4 Point Security. We will be right back. Got more to talk about. And of course, got more room for you to get in and talk.
You're watching WUB and this is XTV and the Carnival feeling is on and it's up. So we're going around asking people, all right, how they prepare and feel for the carnival this year on XTV. Let's take it away. All right, so what are your 2 cents on the carnival feeling this year? What makes you so interested in a carnival this year?
The juvie and the carnival go around the city, and the party and the dance. And they kick up them people practice and make costume for so much year, for so much month. My cousin right there, I one of the head leader of the bank.
So what make you interested in the carnival then?
Just the music, the vibes, the people, everybody come together, you know? And I just go enjoy ourselves. You understand me?
That you're 2 cents.
Yeah, Brick. You know, respect.
What it means to me. For me, it means a lot because I got introduced really into it to my fiance, and I start developing my own passion, you know. But I am an outsider, you know, and I love Carnival spirit because it is a spirit, you know. So that one thing, and I deal with spirit in our sense with a good vibe, you know. Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
What interests you?
Well, Carnival to me, it brings out our festive part of Belize culture. It interests me because I see a lot of diversity, and it kind of ignite a flame in me.
So you dance this year?
Well, I will dance for everybody, girl, this year, so.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
En Atlantic Bank, tu comodidad es nuestra prioridad. Nuestro centro de contacto está diseñado para mejorar tu experiencia bancaria. Con una amplia gama de opciones de servicio al cliente, ahorras tiempo y esfuerzo. Puedes llamar fácilmente para bloquear o desbloquear tus tarjetas de débito y crédito, realizar consultas de cuentas y acceder a información detallada de tus tarjetas. Ya sea que necesites asistencia con la banca en línea, apoyo para comercios o consultas generales, nuestro equipo está listo para ayudarte. Para mayor comodidad, si todos los operadores están ocupados, puedes dejar tu número y un operador te devolverá la llamada lo antes posible para asegurarse de que recibas el apoyo que necesitas. Para mayor seguridad, es posible que necesitemos verificar tu identidad con un conjunto de preguntas sencillas. Recuerda, Atlantic Bank nunca solicitará tu nombre de tu usuario ni contraseña de Atlantic Online por llamada telefónica, mensaje de texto o correo electrónico, asegurando que tu información personal permanezca segura y protegida. Nuestro equipo de apoyo está disponible de lunes a viernes, de 8 a.m. a 6 p.m., en inglés y en español. Simplemente marca al 223-1212. Esta es la línea dedicada para nuestro centro de contacto. Atlantic Bank se compromete a brindarte un servicio excepcional y las herramientas que necesitas para administrar tus finanzas de manera conveniente y segura. Aprovecha al máximo nuestro servicio del centro de contacto.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Oh man, one more scroll and my data is done.
Wait, who said anything about running out? Smart just dropped a more powerful plan that now includes social media data so you can scroll till your fingers cramp. Visit any Smart showroom to sign up today because connectivity just got even better. Smart, bringing people together.
Sir, your item is ready for viewing.
Is that all?
This is everything.
Belize introduced its new electronic passport in 2022 through the launch of the Electronic Passport Issuance and Control System, EPICS. The e-passport includes an electronic chip that safeguards the holder's personal information and photograph. It also features a verification mechanism compatible with biometric systems such as smart gates at international borders. The passport's design reflects national pride, showcasing Belizean landmarks and symbols. It incorporates 26 modern security elements to prevent fraud and corruption. The introduction of the e-passport aims to enhance security, improve processing efficiency, and reduce application backlogs, benefiting Belizeans both domestically and abroad. The Ministry of Immigration, strengthening national sovereignty, security, and socio-economic development.
Back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. This is Monday, 11th August 2025. Mose Hyde hosting today, and we are open for the business of conversation, which means that you can call. You need to call. We need you to call. 280-5848 is the direct line for you to participate in the conversation. We love when you get in and participate and engage and reason. First segment of the show this morning, we spoke a little bit on the matter, I think, which people drew a lot of interest and a lot of opinions and a lot of comments over the past 7 days, of course, with the new monetary notes. And so we gave our thoughts on that. But one of the things that I wanted to look upon, last week there was a report in the news, one of the news networks, discussing a problem that
we've heard about before, and that is the incursions going on along the western border into the Chickabul Reserve and the Vaca Reserve. And last week, the head of the FCD, Friends of Conservation Development, Rafael Manzanero, was interviewed by one of the television networks where he gave an update. And the update he gave was that there's been an expanding of the cattle ranching into these pristine areas of the country by big Guatemalan ranchers. And a couple of things he disclosed in that interview was that they have done a physical assessment of the expansion, and now it's about 3,000 acres. About 5 to 7 years ago, when Mr. Manzanero came to the public, what was being presented was aerial photos of these little farm-size clearing going on in the Chickabul. And ring the bell, sound the alarm. There's a problem here. Cattle ranchers, then they set up their thing, they're clearing out pristine reserve. Pristine. This is like, you know, very few of us have ever been to the Chickabul, but we have seen a lot of the images. Respect to we've actually interviewed Mr. Rath, Tony Rath, who did extensive photo, video, journalism effort into the Chickabul, and it's amazing. It connects us to a place that very few of us have been to, and not a lot of us want to venture into that, into the wild. We don't know, not a lot of we into that jungle wild, like the Chickabul jungle wild. You know, it's pristine and it's beautiful, and oh yes, it's environmental heaven, but it also got a lot of creatures where we might not be too interested in. No hot for there, no light, no AC, no internet. It's the wild. But so 5-7 years ago, the photos come out, show you little patches they go on. Them man they start doing their thing in the Chickabul. Fast forward 2025, now 3,000 acres. And if that isn't bad enough, they have invested in building a road into the Chickabul. And ring the alarm again. It's the 2025 ringing of the alarm. And nobody say anything. It's like, okay. So, because that the way out there, we don't know about that, whatever. But what you have is huge financial interest, just having no regard for what is supposed to be sovereign Belizean territory, just stepping across, and they do for their thing. Huge economic and expanding economic exploitation of a place that nobody in Belize can go to and clear any portion of it, cut down anything in there, because rightfully it is a reserve. The value of it, the green value of it, the environmental value of it, that one of the areas from which the water that we end up drinking and use come from. And we sit down, again, because that they off-grid, this just to go on. And while I would complain that we should be responding and speaking out,
Because just like how I mentioned in the first part of the show, that the money that we money. So if we don't like how you look, well, damn it, we just say we don't like how you look, and that's it. And I love the agency and I love the ownership aspect of that. Even if I think, well, I don't see it as, the more important things that we're supposed to act that way about. I still, give me any form, I still like it. Power to the people, we live that. But we should have something to say when we have a bunch of Belizeans, not a lot, I don't know whether the entire staff of the FCD, where they risk their life. Yes, then they get one least salary, but none of them they live no rich lifestyle, they go into Chicky Bull, they try to protect Chicky Bull. And they know they protect Chicky Bull for themselves. They're not like, then they figure out how they want to cut, clear, and care and possess Chicky Bull. Then they do it because they believe in the value of Chicky Bull to the entire nation of Belize. And so while we there, they do what we do. Right now and last night, got some man where they camp out in the middle of the wild. And then they put up one little bit of resistance towards an incoming locomotive. Powerful country with very big, wealthy people who look across that reserve and say, money. Make we just start to clear that and put up ranch, cattle, because we don't use up where they over this side, so make we clear out where they over that side. And they in a chill mode. Now, there are those who are have a very high opinion of the role of the OAS, the adjacency zone, and the confidence building measures. I have a call. Krem, good morning, WUB.
Yes, my brother. Morning, brother Mose.
Morning.
Yeah, I just want to jump in on your discussion there about the whole Chicky Bull situation there, and I just find it amazing, right, that you have the NGO, FCD, solid and much respect to them guys and so, because they are at least informing the public of what's going on there. But my brother, cow know about weak fence there. If we can't even keep the cow out of Belize, how we are keep the Guatemalans out of Belize? How they just move into our national forest and so, really. What amazes me most is that there is one family, brother. One family, the Jimenez family. That man is more powerful than the entire Belize military and the entire Belize government. It looked like he even more powerful than the Jokey OEA, because the Organization of American States, they're supposed to rectify these situations here, but they quite. You see, if the Belize will go over to Guatemalan side, you may hear a lot of things from the OES. But Guatemalans are coming to Belize, so OES is quite, very, very quite. So, but the thing is that, and again, give thanks to XTV so that we could voice our concerns, because only the people will save the people, like my sister in Yaya always say. But Belizeans need to raise up, my brother. We need some e-work in at the Chicky Bowl. What's going on with all the tour guides, Zakaya, where they make the money for where the place near Caracol and all them beautiful places that they are. Wait till when Jimenez cattle take them over, fence it, and maybe have every Belizean in the area as cattle as well, because the guy is powerful more.
I think what is important, because even we have even had people, our CARICOM allies who have spoken so in such a praising way about what the OAS has done between Belize and Guatemala, and there are those who look on that and think that this has been a beautiful mechanism for peace, and so then once we are being taken advantage of, then there's because we have to remember how what was the justification for the confidence building measures and the OAS presence and the whole adjacency zone. So what was happening was that we had our defense force trying to defend at the time the incursions from chateros who were working on behalf of these big people, but they were coming into the Chiquibol to get the chate leaves. We spent many mornings talking about, well, if man they come in at the Chiquibol and they carry the chate leaf because then they have value, then why are we not taking it out ourselves? Because then we're not protecting it. The defense force ended up in several armed confrontations, conflict, and with chateros getting killed in these conflicts, and the Guatemalans were complaining about it, and the temperature started to increase. And so here comes the Friends of Belize to say, listen, let us come up with this, let us come up with a mechanism that will reduce the temperature, reduce the pressure. We have to go back to remember what this was supposed to do. This was supposed to be a situation where they would create a buffer zone, and the OAS was supposed to be like a referee. I remember now, and we were, this was what was sold to us. What was sold to us was that the minute there was any kind of incursion, it will be reported to the OAS, and the OAS, the great OAS, would then intervene to resolve it without it being a situation where there is military versus military or military versus armed civilians. And so this was supposed to then stabilize and reduce. There was supposed to be money spent on the Petén side of the border to deal with the economic challenges, so kind of reduce the pressure of people coming across to raid the Chiquibol for chate leaves, for wildlife and everything, because it's such a rich place. Well, what has happened, as was predicted by multiple voices on the ground here in Belize, is that you are creating almost like a sovereign piece of territory that is under the control of the OAS. That's what the adjacency zone would become, and the OAS doesn't have boots on the ground to protect it. So all that is going to happen is that those with the might will then simply take over this space that is no longer allowed for people to go in, and then once they are able to set up themselves, they are going to go further. This was predicted. You had people like, I am telling you because these conversations happened right here on the show. Ms. Sandra Kowe, the great voice of a teaching that we have had here over the years, was one of those voices. You had, I don't recall whether or not you were active on the airwaves at that time, Will, but there were multiple people who were saying, this isn't going to work. And now, 20 years later, well, there you go, and there are those again who, you're not supposed to hold the OAS accountable because they are doing such this great work. But my goodness, man, we are told, how do you have a road built? A road has been built. Mr. Manzanero comes out and says a road has been built. You know how anybody that believes know when a road they build, the heavy equipment they come in. They know they build, they're not a Picardo they build. So they use heavy equipment, and you want to tell me that there was a non-response? For the length of time it took to build the road, there was a non-response? Do we have an understanding for those who are believers that the ICJ will solve all? Tell me this. How does the ICJ replace 3,000 acres of pristine forest that has already been eliminated? Please tell me how that will be done. And how much of the Chickabull would you consider fair exchange that you don't mind we lose before the ironclad verdict, quote unquote, is delivered and it is going to be stopped? By who, I don't know, but it's going to be stopped. Like we know we're in a snooze zone, brother.
The only people who could stop that are we. Nobody at Concord help we stop that. Right? I remember when they had the heads of agreement Belizeans rise up and came into the street. Right? Where are those Belizeans?
You remember the talking about not a blade of grass? Well, exactly. Not a grain of sand, but you could carry 3,000 acres. 3,000 acres, 1 acre could be like what? About how much decent house lots?
Like that 4 house lot right there.
4 house lots. So where you look pan we done gone already, we clear out the living space for 12,000 people.
Exactly.
Easy as that, just to make you understand.
But brother, again, we call into the airwaves and we voice our opinion, 1 or 2 of us, but where are all the people who manage these protected areas? And I know the point on no FCD. I talk about you have they call it, I think when they call it the Association of Protected Areas Management Organization. They claim to manage all the protected areas in the country of Belize. So they know they manage the Chickabull, then they're supposed to come behind Raphael right now and back up Raphael.
Nobody has backed up.
They're supposed to come and help out Raphael. You know what I mean? That is just ridiculous that Raphael is out there. You know what Raphael went? Because I'm more a seaman. I like a landman too, but I'm more a seaman. I just imagine my poor brother Raphael out there in the blue. The deep blue beyond Nicholas Key, beyond the Sapadilas in the blue, brother. The grabber and family like France there, and all the other people will claim that then they no worry, we the manage, we the manage. You can't see your hair from there. Where are they to help save Raphael when he's out there?
The thing is that you don't lose 3,000 acres of land is not occupied, cleared, and used for cattle ranching with a
by one family, brother.
It doesn't happen overnight. That is the point. This is not the Château Leave situation where that was understandably a difficult situation. Economic realities, it's like encroachment, fishing, like that's a challenging thing, right?
Yeah.
People go in at night and come out taking Château Leaves, and you need boots on the ground. It's a huge area to try to take care of. Like, yeah, boss, the FCD has over the past 6 to 8 years provide documented evidence to show you the slow encroaching, expanding presence of big. You're saying, yes, Mr. Manzanero did mention it's a Jimenez family that is doing all of this. So then my question, is where is the OAS? Where is the government of Belize? I agree with you, we got to call out the umbrella environmental organizations, but we have to start at the tip. We have to start at the top. That's where we have to start, brother.
I mean, the other day I hear the Minister of Sustainable Development gave such a wonderful speech at SIDS, my brother. You would have believed that we have everything intact here, but that's not what we think. We go to these international conferences and show ourselves, and nobody can fact check that what we say out there is pure BS. You know,
we talk about being so climate change conscious and all of that, and how beautiful it is. Like, man, we better get off of that rostrum. We just get 3,000 acres of the Chickabull. Again, even if it stops now, that is that is practically irreversible. You don't restore something that is natural like that, a natural forest ecosystem. You don't just get up and start to restore that. You're a waste of time. You have lost so much, and it's ever expanding. So we wait 5 years from now, Mr. Manzanero, probably his successor, comes and tells us, okay, it's now 10,000 acres. Next time he comes and tell us, oh, it's now 15,000 acres. Next thing you know, they're on a road, they're going to lease small airport. Like, at what point do we become outraged by this? At what point do we say to the OAS, how do you expect us to buy into this whole confidence building measures when apparently, as we have said before, all it does is to give confidence to those who wish to trespass? Like,
yeah, I mean, but Mose, even like, you know, even, okay, the OAS, then they're out there, this big organization, right, which is really a complete joke, but you had those people who call themselves Belizeans, who claim that they love Belizeans. Like I tell you, I know, you know, like call name, but like my ballet, Assad Schumann was every crick and corner in this country to tell us, boy, once OAS, once we go to ICJ, none of this will happen. Where is Assad Schumann? Where are, you know, former Prime Minister Barrow and Musa? Where are they? Right, they were the ones that was out there championing this thing. Let's go to the ICJ. Because once it's in court, nothing will happen. No kind of incursions will happen. The Guatemalan armed forces will stop harassing you up on the SARS soon. All of this will stop. Nothing has stopped. In fact, it has increased.
It's how many cattle per acre you look at? Like how you turn the whole part of one next person country into one cattle ranch birds?
And the government, they're right there. They just stop and watch. No, give me this vote. This is rugged terrain, my brother. Because if the Guatemalans could reach there, we could reach there too. Well, we weaker than Guatemala. You know, I mean, come on, man. Then we have the blue bond money. You could have a helicopter go in every day and land there. We have, I think that Taiwan has always give us some planes and helicopters and things. What are those helicopters being used for? Come on, they take 15 minutes to go and drop some soldiers in here and come back every week, camp, and, you know, we could even begin to supply the running double with beef if that's what we are doing. But
I have great respect for the work that the FCD has done. I have great respect for the consistency with which Mr. Manzanero has been willing to come, and he's doing. Mr. Manzanero and the FCD, they are doing what they are supposed to do. They are doing their part.
I agree with you 100%. But that's why I'm calling all his partners to help him out, right? They can't left him there by himself.
So now the question is, we have somebody that we don't have to. We as citizens, none of we have to go spend a single night in a chicken bowl. But thankfully, we have some brave people that are willing to take their life and career for do, and then they're there on our behalf. They're not army, but they know the terrain. They risk themselves. They take their pictures, then do their estimation, then do their evaluation, then bring back the data, and then come to we. And they say, oh, you don't know how to do it, but we did it, we don't know eyes, we don't know ears, and this is what it is. Then, brother, they take over the Jackie Bowl. They come every 2 or 3 years, then they take over the Jackie Bowl, they bring the pictures, they bring the video. And what has been our collective response?
Brother Mose, and I tell you that thank goodness for SCD and Rafael and them out there to bring us the information. But look at the Columbia Forest Reserve, which is unmanaged and unmanned right now. Do you know what's going on in there? You know, I mean, so much things going on in there. We're doing another 2,000 acres or 3,000 acres clear there too before. You know, there's like some kind of response because it seems like it's in nobody's interest to manage the Columbia Forest Reserve. Nobody, but we're ready to jump on a plane, put on a suit and go to these international meetings and talk about the great work that we are doing to protect our forests and our seas.
Not a blade of grass, we say, but you could carry the whole chicken bowl, but you not carry no grass.
In fact, the man then bring in their own grass, according to
Yes, true. Then bring in their own grass, and that's the next step with the Columbia forest too.
Man, they bring in their own grass.
Yeah.
Not a blade of grass. What a joke. Not a great son.
Big joke.
What a big joke.
Brother.
And you know what? Bad thing make laugh, right? We have to be very careful. Like, I don't know how many lives the Ukrainians have lost in the war with Russia, but what's going to be happening now is that the Ukrainians are now being told, "When you better give up some of the land." Like, that's what they will be told. That's what's going to happen in the next week and a half. I don't know, they'll probably lose about 100,000 lives, I believe is the count I last heard. And after all of that, they're told, you know what, make them ballet children have to get no cry, give up some of this. That's 2025. That is 2025 in its full clarity, without no trimmings, without no cosmetics. That is 2025. That is the way these things will be solved in 2025. You could think that not got nothing to do with we. They don't think so. Yeah. But I will give thanks.
All right, my brother. Have a great day, Belize.
12 minutes after 8 o'clock, we go to break. We'll be back.
Get ready for back to school with Benny's B-Bucks. We have limited edition Benny's exercise and composition books just in time for the new school year. Get 6 composition books for 5 B-Bucks and 12 exercise books for only 2 B-Bucks. Benny's and B-Bucks, getting you ready for back to school.
We are ready for back to school. Are you?
Here's how to access your contribution history on the My Social Security portal. First, go to your browser and type ssbportal.org.bz. Enter your email and password, then click Log In. Once logged in, you'll see your full portal account on the screen. On the left-hand side, you'll notice a drop-down menu for added features. Click on History. Choose Contributions. Read the disclaimer, then click Continue. You'll now see a full window displaying your contribution history. In the table, each row represents a different year. For example, let's look at the year 2024. Click on the row and a detailed breakdown will appear. This breakdown includes your employer's name, your earnings for each month and week, contribution type, the amounts paid, and that's how you can explore the new contribution feature on the My Social Security portal. It's quick, easy, and keeps your Social Security information right at your fingertips. Create your account today.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
This time, what can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm saying I help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, I am good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
Planning a trip to Belize? Here's how to complete your I Declare Arrival form in 5 easy steps. Step 1. Visit belizetravel.immigration.gov.bz. Step 2. Select the appropriate forms for arrivals. Choose Arriving to Belize. Step 3. Provide your origin trip details, including your departure airport and country of residence. Step 4. Carefully complete the immigration form. Add dependents if necessary. Declare baggage, currency, and merchandise, and confirm your entries are correct. Step 5. Download your completed form and take a screenshot of your QR code and reference ID to present to the immigration officer. Thank you for using Belize iTravel. Safe journey.
to the WB Wakeability's Morning Vibes. Mose Hyde here with you on this Monday morning, the 11th of August 2025. Of course, as always, we there for talk with people, not talk to ourselves or talk to people or preach or any of that. We love reason, so we need you to call, or else then you just end up in a sermon, and we did try to avoid that full. So the number is 280-5848. That is the live line for you to jump into the conversation and be a part of the show here on this Monday morning. Morning that we've spoken a bit about the money, new money, some of the thoughts and concerns, and mostly some of the criticisms. We spoke a bit about that. We've spoken a bit, I feel, very importantly, about what has been shared with us by the FCD. We have a call. Krem, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, personally, too separating the concern of the Chickaboo Reserve, man, just frustrated to hear these things, as a citizen of Belize, but just frustrated news, man. Isn't the police have concern to say go in there, and if it was like in a village, somebody they do something wrong, police go in and just pick up that person and capture all in kettle and hear that person a court or something like that easy? It's not that easy.
It's not. I mean, this is a bit above the police pay grade. This is really the defense force, really, and not even at just the level of the defense force. You're talking.
But we are be a defense force thing when one man and one farmer we got like what I'm saying. I don't understand when you're talking about the walls now with the OAS and the agencies and so on. But I can't very well say now one person have all this encouragement and all this capital. So
yeah.
I don't think they need the whole force to go for one man.
Yeah.
He's breaking the law, so the police have all rights to go in there and pick him up if they could reach him and make him face the music. Doesn't go there and make any we other citizens face the music.
I want to push back that maybe the police could have involvement, but I don't believe when it comes to something along your border that you would do it without having the defense force involved with it. And obviously you would need to make sure that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs are involved, because you do have to have, we just had a high-level meeting in Washington with our Minister of Foreign Affairs and his counterpart from Guatemala. That was in Washington. I think they had multiple meetings. There was no mention about the fact that this was any concern that was brought up. But this is beyond something just your everyday routine kind of incursion. This is occupation. Yes, it's being done by a commercial entity, but you don't do that without having the blessing. Like, we would be fools to think that he doesn't have the blessing of high officials in Guatemala to do what they are doing. I mean, you're sitting. Potentially, you can create in normal circumstances. This would create a major conflict between nations. It has not created a conflict because one nation has decided that it's going to completely surrender its responsibility to stand up to aggression. This is ultimate aggression, and we have agreed that the OAS would provide some kind of mediating role to prevent this from happening. Well, it's failing, or we have failed to tell them what they need to do. But this is a mess, and I'm glad that you call in to describe a level of frustration with it, brother. I'm glad that you take the time out for at least say, especially for the people in where they do this work. Like, could you imagine, birds, if this is a way you will do or what I do? Like, we go in the forest. Better me could tell you one thing, me love sea, but me no love bush. I'll be honest with you. I don't love bush. I don't want them to know that. Anybody say, oh, there's no snake, no, I don't know much. Me no love bush. Them brother, they go to bush. And I don't like you, they go to bush now.
and you got the latest and the greatest kind of no weapon. Maybe them balega while he was the 38 or something, they got a bush, right? Maybe they got one whole shotgun when they carry a bush. But they know they go there with no, they don't know, then they go there with you, no better. That's only pipe, then they go there with anything. And they want to sit down out that bush now. And not just, we're going there that day, you know, because if we even reach their place there, then like a helicopter, they drop you through. You're going through the dense forest and you take you a day and a half to reach where you're going. Brother, you go there now, you do all your monitoring now. It's so small pain in brother to get. To take all the picture, whatever. Because now you want to come back and report to the people of Belize. You don't never need to go, I can't tell you where they go on, I can't tell the big heads where they go on, I don't never need to do this, we did do it. And then, nothing. I don't know how long I may continue to do that job, you know, brother.
Frustrated.
I don't know how long I may put myself, my well-being on the line. And the people who got a responsibility for use the information where they provide, for act on it, they act like they know the year and they know the sea. The man, they got aerial photographs, they don't hear it so then. They don't hear it so. The man they tell you that on road don't build. The man they tell you say, the man even for the first time they call name.
Yeah.
Right? They say, oh, I'm a big man from across the border responsible for all of this. But I tell you we turn the other way, we don't hear, we don't see. I don't know how long I may do that job.
Out of control, man, because they don't know our levels and then aggression in our country.
So then might as well we go.
Big loss to we, brother. Well, a lot of things. They get lost too much forest, too much lags and stuff. Then people take out to make their road.
But better we go. You know? Well, better all we go put some cattle in and chicken bull. If that's the case, if you can't stop them from if you can't stop them from come across and do it with left wheel, make we do what we have.
Yeah, it can't be your journey.
Yeah. Let me go in and make we go do something.
Yeah. Like, so if it's true, man, if they come, we take out the shuttle, leaf, better we will take it out. And if they, you know, if we stop there, better we make the use of the things there, whether for we, because then people have this, you know, if you have a talent, you know, use it or lose it. So, all these things need to be addressed and need people who are interested and concerned about this country, free country, to do the right thing, man, because remember, we are a country that got all these blessings, a lot of people out there while he push to make them get a start, and you know we can't get them push this. So I'm hoping that the people who in control just try look out for women, because a lot of we black people, a lot of we citizens of this country are leap forward and we need all the support, but we got to get it.
So we can't go. So
jump out to this thing.
So if that
come down Nigel and do the thing apart of what, and therefore people jump up and do anything. They try what we don't try to do it the right way. We try to do it how they do before squat probably place. We don't get no kind of incentive, but if you come in and get all kind of incentive when they want to do all the wrong things. So I really frustrated. I can't talk about my lead band, but I don't want to talk about my band right now because this is more important to me as a citizen of this country, and my children have to grow up in this country and I need land and everything. I can't get nothing to.
Respect to that comment. Respect to the call. Just understand that they use the word squat when they talk about a little lot. One small thing, we say squat. You know, squat on 3,000 acres, you know. You take over 3,000 acres, you occupy 3,000 acres, and not squat again. Right? That's not squat. And again, my frustration is that one thing could come out like last week, and it's stunning. The zero response to it. From official circles, from leadership circles, as we'll point out from fellow environmental associations, organizations, just as if, well, we can't about that. Listen, you got those who say, what we do? We're in a small country, we don't got no this, we don't got no that. Okay. Listen, there are many ways to skin a cat. If they can't understand, we just had this high-level meeting a couple of weeks ago. We get a report. We may know about the meeting, I guess, like right up close before the meeting happened. We are told that there was going to be a meeting, so it wasn't something we knew about in advance. So like you say, maybe
you wanted to send somebody there to cover this high-level meeting between these respective diplomatic emissaries and heads. It was a kind of an 11th-hour disclosure, right? Last minute we know about it. Okay, cool. And when the foreign minister came back, he gave a report, an outline of the meeting and what was discussed. And no full breakdown, you know, but you get one of the overview. So you have to be grateful for these small gestures, right? We appreciate, we're thankful, yeah. We heard that we meet with the friends of a Belize group, right? They are a group of countries where, you know, quote unquote, friends of Belize. They're not for we G's, right? And they love how the thing they go. They love how the conversation they go. They love how things they go between we and Guatemala. And they love that we have trade, and they love that we have the ICJ, and they're very encouraged and they're very happy. Okay, good for now. Any of them countries where they're part of the so-called Friends of the Belize group, any of them would be okay with what is taking place at Chikibol if Damide. That's the question where I want to ask. Any of them where always clap and always happy and always pleased and always encouraged and think that things will go so wonderfully. I would ask that of any of these countries, if they're not okay with that. How many countries on the face of the earth right now, small, big or medium, are okay if man they take the pristine, one of the environmental gems, the Chikibol, one of the environmental gems, they turn it into cattle farm. How much of them would I be so pleased and still clap if that me there? Because if it isn't so pleased and so happy, I want always ask you happy with this, but if that me you may happy too. Otherwise, what you to do? That just where you to deal with. That when I say full belly, tell him to belly, keep good heart. You can't good with it. We know they say we know they say make we declare war, but what we say is you have to at least make nice. You have to make nice just out of the basic required respect for the people who were there on the ground. The staff at FCD were there on the ground and they put their well-being on the line for make we know where to go on there. It is the bare minimum that is required. To say, man, lad, man, how you want to do this? Complain to everybody. Make we hear you to complain. Make we hear that you care. Make we hear that this piss you off. Like we the unreasonable people for be pissed off by this. We are no warmongers to get pissed off by this. There are rules. There are rules to how nations go about their business. You can't just have, we never invent the rules, but we can't violate nobody's rules. Then it's sent for we people in back, left, right, and center for foreign. Say then they broke this rule and that rule. Because they can't leave run, they don't got papers. Everything they get stingy. Right now, the man then create one bill where they say, or they will have to shut down and make penalize businesses where they utilize call centers out of the United States of America. Imagine that. The one lead thing where the boast boat and break boat and yes, a lot of we youths and give and the man look upon that and say, we can't, no, we're not there for, no, we're not there to give away nothing. Nothing, not to give away. Then he call center thing we want in the backyard. And we don't want no AI and we don't want nobody from no next country they answer like then yeah. No, we want done that. We don't want the thing where say this the goalie right for we. Boast bout and building the go up and man say no, we have to shut that down. Too much people eat food where they know this is for we food, we need it, we want it back. And let me explain something to you. That bill is being introduced by a Democratic, a senator from the Democratic Party.
So now the Democratic Party now, then they decide, well, if you can't beat them or join them, we want turn the same way now. So the potential for that bill to get passed is, I would say, while I'm no expert on US politics, it would seem like it stands a very good chance. Because it's being tabled by a senator from the Democratic Party. Now, then they go on, then kind of stingy way, nothing to give away, no crumb for left on the ground. We want it all. Meanwhile, we cool and calm. Take chicken bowl if that way you want to graze your cow and we don't got nothing to do with that. Listen, we not create the rules, but we can't dare and be like, oh, we can't do nothing. We there to spend up for money. We there to do all kind of imports from this country. Every single supermarket where you go right now, when you go, just like a ready, just one item. You go to most of these supermarkets, grocery stores, and you go look for coffee. Half of the coffee were available come from Guatemala. Easy one. We just go long. You could sell we all your goods. We buy things for you. We happy that they will buy with school uniform farm. You know what the size of we amount of money where we spend with them people annually? Like we don't need to have we don't need guns. We just need to have some level of one line in the sand to say, well, you can't get no more money if that's all you want to go on with free thing. I bet you would get the attention of Mr. Jimenez or whoever the back Mr. Jimenez. But if we don't have leadership, we want to speak to that and say, no, we know there have to be nobody a floor mat. But that's what we are being. Meanwhile, we have some real heroes and patriots were there. I had to tell you nobody can pay me if you go spend one night at Chicken Bull for try watch for see who and take what and thief what. Left me out of that. I know they sign up for that. But I'm glad somebody to do it. And I have a responsibility now that they have done that and they have come forward and ring the bell. I got a responsibility to say, well, no, that's for done. 30 years ago, we sing no blade of grass, no grain of sand. That time just for show. That time just one big show. Sing the song. Everybody put up their flag in the next couple of weeks. Who are patriotic, show your flag. Meanwhile, man, they clear out. The probably water come from to drink, they clear down and mow down and plant their own grass so they could raise cow. I got nothing to say to that. I got nothing to say where they go on a Columbia Reserve. I got nothing to say about where they go on because they think that they're off grid. We don't like bush already. I don't like bush. But for damn sure I know the value of bush. You can't claim me that Chicky Bull, but I know damn well Chicky Bull are one blooming a valuable place. I know it's a treasure. I know it's worth standing greens in Chicky Bull just by itself without anything added to it, without any additives, is worth a whole lot of money in 2025. That's how rich that place is. And anybody where they cut that down, you can't just get up and say, I'm going to replace it. So, me not into bush, but I know where they cut down with the mines. Because in 2025, standing green have tremendous value, leverage, mortgage. Take this call and go to break. Krem, good morning, WUB.
Brother Mose.
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
How you doing?
Brother Mose, you know, every day I wake up, I have an issue where I need to get off my chest because I need to let it go, you know.
Is that be a long issue, Collymore?
No, a very short one this time, amazingly. Brother Mose, on Friday I went to the KSMH.
Yes, sir.
Because I needed to go see if I could get a little ultrasound. Brother Mose, I was scared as hell. When I got there, Brother Mose, every single attendant, elderly, nurse, doctor, I don't know if they give them one soup with him and a soup. Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Good afternoon, sir. How's your day, sir? Good morning, sir. Brother Mose, I don't used to that, Brother Mose. I'm Brother Mose, I need some time to warm up to their kind of niceties. I felt I had died and reached heaven, Brother Mose. I had to pinch myself and check, say, wait, I think that the case, is this the same hospital where everybody complain about the disease? Wait, but these people are really nice. I can't believe maybe I have died and gone to heaven. You think, Brother Mose? So I must say to the kids this morning, and I met some people there who were complaining. Oh, this and that, and I tell them, Miss, sir, you know what you could do? Down the street, so go one, and back, so go one. You need 10 granny, because when you go in there and you reach, you will start test you up the wazoo. When you're 10 granny, don't prepare to come back like KSMS, because they don't deal with sympathy like KSMS. They are put in an ambulance and send you right back, but it's very fast, because all the criticize.
Big up the KSMS, big up the KSMS, big up the KSMS, big them up. Round of applause, round of applause, round of applause.
Right? And I could have afforded to go to the next hospital, but I choose to go to KSMS because why never one is they fleece me that day. Can't and be fleeced. You understand me, Brother Mose? So I want to say kudos to the KSMS. Whatever you're doing, we're not used to it yet. We need some time to get used to it. So on Wednesday when I go back, I might be a little bit better and understand it more. The police department scared the heebie-jeebies out of me. I see 2 policemen that want checkpoint, one got on one vest with the hook, the thing. I said, this is Shabon. Why we have a problem? Why the man come out, the man say, good day, sir. How's your day, sir? Man, I got scared. I thought this is the end. I don't use this, whatever they give them, that is training school. Man, they have 1 minute, they want me extremely nice. Can we used to it? I don't understand this.
Your heart no strong enough for them kind of niceties, huh?
I have to prepare myself when I reach to the next.
So your call is to say to these fine people to be considerate when they want to be nice to you, because they might cause shock and trauma.
They cannot used to it more. I need some time. But I do agree. I told everybody at the hospital, you know, I am amazed when I come here because all I hear is negative about here. But I came here and I get all these niceties. Man, everybody was nice. I can't complain. I normally the guy will look for the thing to complain about, but
I know this.
And I couldn't complain. But then I hear people talk bad. The only thing I'm complaining about is the KSMS. I think they need to change the rules whereby if you go to another hospital and pay $3,000, you must pay 1/3 of that at KHMH. Because most with all the fuss and fight, I went in there and never even got a bill for $2. Not a single time I paid. No, how can I come over there and still complain by the most? No, I need to go back on Wednesday and go see the people upstairs and explain to them. It's not sustainable to have a hospital for free because you know what happened? The people that will go to your hospital also want to waste their money at the Carnival, the Juve, and things will not make no sense. They need to learn to pay their way. We don't want to kill them, Mose. But if the thing costs $3,000 at the private hospital, make me pay $1,000 at HMH, smile.
Calimore, I gotta go to break, but thank you, sir. You have become.
I'm 100% behind it.
All right, sir. We go to break, we go back.
Make every moment matter with your credit card. More transactions, more chances to win cash back. You can be one of 4 monthly winners. Get a chance to win cash back with every purchase of $100 or more. For more information, visit www.atlabank.com. Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
All right, welcome back to the WB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. Mose Hyde is in the house on this Monday morning, 11th of August, 2025. Always the line open. God is an hour preaching. This about reasoning. So call us if you like. We don't have a lot of time, so be quick if you got something to say before 9. The telephone number 280-5848. Quick comments that we have here via my phone world. Let me put on my optical assistance. So somebody, Will linked and said he's just gotten a report that the Guatemalan Armed Force is inside the Sapodilla Key Marine Reserve. Says he doesn't sure he'll be able to call in, but that's a report that he has. And then somebody was commenting on comments that I made earlier about people having a right to participate and have something to say about any and everything, the money that we money. I was talking about some of the comments being said as it relates to the new monetary notes, and said it says that in this era of social media and social awareness, more and more people are beginning to state their positions and opinions on matters. I have heard comments saying who gave him permission, next time consult before you decide. But my question is, isn't that why we elect representatives to decide for us? Where do we draw the line? I believe existential matters need input, perhaps even constitutional matters. But to sign an agreement, to change the look of the money, aren't those responsibilities of the elected? And I thank the person for that contribution. I will respond to that shortly. Somebody says, on the Chicky Bull matter, government full of cowards, and that's their position on that. So the matter of electing representatives. So I feel that to represent someone, if I have someone to go and represent me, that inherent in that agreement about representing me is for you to represent me, you have to be conscious of what it is I want and who I am. It's not just I am choosing someone based on what they like and what they believe. I am choosing someone because we have an understanding that they are able to represent my interests, what I desire. So that is the theory of representation as I see it. And so there is an absolute requirement to adequately represent for you to be constantly engaged with the person that you are representing, in this case, the persons. So I love the fact that we feel, as represented by social media comments, that we state our preferences, where we like and where we not like. One thing has to be said, social media is not anywhere near being an accurate referendum, poll, or consensus platform. So it is a source, but still choices and decisions should not be made that way. That's why we have always advocated that there should be far more town hall conversations. That doesn't mean our people will show up because we don't like anything, because we feel like they're not a joke. But the more they feel that meeting with your representatives, getting with them, not just when there is a personal matter that you want to deal with, but the actual part of being represented. And that's one of the things that I like, I admire about, and you know, there's a lot I don't like about US politics, culture. Obviously there's a lot to hate, to be disgusted by. But even the most disgusting elected officials do participate in the practice of going back to their constituencies and holding town halls. In fact, there is ample videos of some of these representatives being booed, being shouted down, being chastised, being cussed out. Like a lot of that go on. Some of them are even running away from these town halls because some of the policies that they have supported, the people they don't like and want them not on my watch. So yes, I am all for a culture of constant engagement and an approach for constant feedback. Now, a lot of these representatives do have huge chat groups, right? WhatsApp chat groups with people, and the technology has enabled greater, more real-time input. So there is that going on, right? Even in the absence of a structured, formal, dedicated kind of engagement with people, the technology in real time is giving people access to that. I believe that when it comes to many things, the people, you know, there has been in the past, I feel much better public campaign in advance of monetary notes being changed. I can recall seeing a bombardment of posters all around advertising, and people long in advance before the notes were available. So I think there is a need for that to be revisited. So at least some analysis of how introducing new notes can be done better. Just my humble opinion on that matter. I have time, I think, for this final call before I go to the wrap-up break. WUB, good morning.
Morning, boss.
Good morning. I'm getting feedback from you, bro.
Alright, I done turned the radio down already.
Okay, go ahead, bro. Be
Best
short.
up, please. Best up today.
Yeah, man.
I'm glad that you're on this morning. I waited a while from the Diaspora Summit time.
Yeah.
You were on, I believe, last week, and I didn't get a chance to get in with that conversation. but I listened to the Diaspora conversations, a lot of the guests that was there, the speakers, and I was hoping that when you came back, some connection with the listeners that have different interests to connect with the Diaspora, you would have, kind of put some information out there for people to get that link to people in the Diaspora. I have different interests, and I would love to get more information to be able to contact with, because people are out there wanting to contact with people that want to do social work in Belize or have different charity organizations in Belize. So if there would be a platform here for the local people to come to and express their interest and how they can link up with people in the Diaspora. So that's my interest there, bro. Yeah. I want to start a charity organization called Show You Care, and it's the heart with a ribbon around it. And there's a lot of people, from what I listen to, do have interest in helping our people back here and would want to meet a person or group or organization that are willing to do the work of getting that bridge to link to get the things here in Belize. So that is my interest. A lot of people around the world in the Diaspora are listening, and we are here.
Can you put some kind of contact info for those who might be listening? I'm glad you called. I agree with you that I think one of the things that we hope to do is to kind of build and create a structured community platform. That's something that is critical, and so your interest is aligned with that. So, but I think just for what's happening now, you can leave out some kind of contact info. And I appreciate the fact and have a high respect for the fact that you listened and that you have this kind of proactive, make we do something mentality. So respect to that, sir.
Okay. We spoke before, and I had expressed interest in doing this very thing, and you told me, so man, you don't wait, go ahead and start doing your thing. And I've been trying to move around, and when the summit came up, I listened to it, the whole thing right through. And another thing, can we have the summit in here in Belize? So
yeah, I think that's something that is going to happen at some point. I don't want to get ahead of myself on that, but I think it's critical, and I love your proactive. I can't recall speaking to you before, but yes, absolutely. Just jump. And I love the fact that you're jumping. I gotta go to. Huh?
My name is Casey, C-A-S-E-Y Smith. Okay, I'm 55 years old, and my number is 601-7759.
All right, great, bro.
Okay, and for all the people in the Diaspora, schools getting ready to open back. There's a lot of children out here. I've been in Belize 15 years. I came out here 2010. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of children in the poor communities that are going back. Some of them won't go back to school because they can't afford to go back. Their parents don't have the money for the registration. They're not prepared yet with the necessary to go back. And then we have that issue. And there are issues of children going to school that don't have no school bags. Some of them, there's no socks, there's no underclothes. The list goes on. And there are people in Belize here and abroad that have things in their homes and in their garages and stuff that are just sitting and would love to give it to someone that needs it, toys, whatever that children can use, You know how it is in the States, and people garages, it's a ton of stuff that they just want to give away, and they want to give back to Belizeans, especially if they are from here. So I'm getting ready to start my charity organization name. Show You Care.
Is it on Facebook? Like that would be good to have.
And then it comes under the umbrella of the Smith Foundation.
Okay.
Because my last name is Smith. Smith Foundation is ultimately that does programs, summer programs, or maybe if someone wants to have a relationship with a student out here and they want to do a scholarship.
Okay.
So I would be that link to where, I gather the information here in Belize, you can link, like you said, the Facebook pages and stuff, and then we go from there as far as you contacting the parents and the students, and you have that relationship where you guide them all the way through maybe primary school or high school if they have psychological issues or substance abuse issues, or, we can help them with that kind of thing. And, that's what I'm looking forward to continue the rest of this year. So.
Give thanks, bro. I got to go to my final break. All the best in that, okay? We got to wrap up with we got our last break. Come back, we're going to wrap up.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Use B-Bucks to purchase items at any Benny's location. Spend B-Bucks on items in-store after you have earned them. You can gift or transfer B-Bucks to another B-Bucks member or registered charity. To learn more, visit our website at www.bbucks.bz. Remember, loyalty is always rewarding with B-Bucks. Brought to you by Benny's. Quality and savings.
Here's how to access your contribution history on the My Social Security portal. First, go to your browser and type ssbportal.org.bz. Enter your email and password, then click Log In. Once logged in, you'll see your full portal account on the screen. On the left-hand side, you'll notice a drop-down menu for added features. Click on History. Choose Contributions. Read the disclaimer, then click Continue. You'll now see a full window displaying your contribution history. In the table, each row represents a different year. For example, let's look at the year 2024. Click on the row and a detailed breakdown will appear. This breakdown includes your employer's name, your earnings for each month and week, contribution type, the amounts paid, and that's how you can explore the new contribution feature on the My Social Security portal. It's quick, easy, and keeps your Social Security information right at your fingertips. Create your account today.
It's that time for us to lock the shop for today. But with health and strength, we're going to come back tomorrow morning at 6:30 for the Tuesday morning edition of the WUB Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. We got to salute the team at Creme Radio Larry G, XTV, Harlan Wagner, and directing the show, Mr. Alexi Belay. We hope you have a great Monday. And as always, stand strong, stand firm. For now, we're gone!
Wake up, believe, wake up, believe. Wake up, believe, wake up, believe. Another day is here. Wake up, believe, wake up, believe. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, believe, wake up, believe. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up, believe, wake up, believe. Voice of opinion and place of calling. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, it's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to be obey. And all the things that must happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better. We got to unite. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. Another day is here. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up, Billies, wake up, Billies.